Okay, we're back. I got the HubSpot Empress here, Annie Birai. What's up, Annie?
Doing well. Excited to talk HubSpot today.
Oh, you're always excited to talk HubSpot. That makes you the Empress. We're going to talk about something. We've done very, very little prep on this, but we've seen a lot of headlines that Alphabet, parent company of Google, is looking at acquiring HubSpot. And so I wanted to get you. You're the HubSpot Empress. You might be one day have to become the Google or Alphabet Empress. That doesn't have the same ring to it. What are your thoughts on these rumors? Obviously, we're not in a bunch of these boardrooms, so we don't know the seriousness of them. But let's just maybe we start with what would happen to HubSpot if Google bought HubSpot?
As the HubSpot solutions partner, I'm hoping that they do, because I feel like that would just radically change our client base, because Google My Business has a huge client base and really owns the market there. So if they folded in HubSpot and maybe they gave the free plan, like free Sales Hub starter in your Google My Business, like that would be a game changer for us as far as new clients getting on HubSpot and then maturing and growing and needing support.
Man, I mean, there's certainly the local side, right? Google My Business. And there's so many companies that currently work in that market where HubSpot's got some features that might be trying to take over some of that. So it would definitely be interesting to see how the product roadmap shifted. I think a lot about Microsoft and how Microsoft very much wants you to live solely in their house with all of their tools. And some of them are just better than others, right? And a lot of Microsoft companies are entrenched in Dynamics, but I've never heard anybody who's looking at CRMs and from a neutral perspective just be like, "Oh my God, Dynamics, dude, Dynamics! Like, you got to get on Dynamics." So it would be interesting to see within Google's Business Suite if they were to bring in a top CRM, the top marketing automation tool, as well as a top customer success tool, what that would do in this ever-ending battle between Google and Microsoft for the soul of every company.
It'd be a big game changer. I know there's a lot of people saying like antitrust laws could put a kibosh on the deal, but at the same point, like Microsoft does have Dynamics. So, and then we see like Salesforce just acquiring more and more companies and folding them into their platform. So like, at what point is it too big or too much of a monopoly? I don't know. I don't know that much about antitrust law too.
Yeah, I don't know. We're the experts on that, but it would be really interesting, and it's very interesting to know, as we are here in election year, if if this deal is real, if Google's excited, if HubSpot's excited, how they would want those wins to shift. We can't answer that question. We're certainly not going to get into that part of the discussion. But I do want to go to something you said about Salesforce, because we always joke nobody's ever gotten fired for choosing Salesforce over HubSpot. And so we'll see a lot of times, particularly on enterprise, companies go with Salesforce because they know, that's what they're supposed to do. Well, one thing I've noticed with Salesforce is I feel like their investment in AI and Einstein is a lot better received than HubSpot's investments in AI. I feel like what we've seen from HubSpot thus far on the AI front is like, I don't know, lipstick on a chat GPT. Where do you think the whole intersection of AI, Google, and HubSpot, how do you think that would be affected? And do you think being within the Google ecosystem, the ability for HubSpot to incorporate more AI would radically change to if that were to happen?
I see like the AI benefits of HubSpot teaming up with Google probably more benefiting the like marketer and advertiser, because Google is doing a lot in like SEO, paid advertising. They have a lot of data there, and AI focused around kind of evolving those marketing practices. So I think it could feed more into HubSpot in that way. I do think, to your point about HubSpot's approach to AI thus far has been very much let me bring in ChatGPT into different ways and then put a nice HubSpot wrapper on it, where Salesforce has been let me mine your own data in your data set and apply AI to it, and it's more enterprise. So I love to see HubSpot do more around that. Like we have ChatSpot as kind of a start there, but they have a ways to go catch up with what Salesforce has been working on for years. So I don't know, with ChatGPT being owned by Microsoft, if they get acquired, if Google acquires HubSpot, like would that end that? Would they plug Gemini in as the source? I have no idea. That could be cool.
I think this is why we have these conversations, to pontificate what the future might look like, even though we really don't have a freaking clue. But to that, what would be the downside? Like, other than nobody likes change except me, who's addicted to change. But other than why ruin a bad thing? What are something that, like, what if you're like, maybe that wouldn't be the best? What might make you think that that negative thought of what would happen if Google were to acquire HubSpot?
Mm-hmm. I guess HubSpot being separate makes them a little bit more nimble as all this AI development comes out. If they stay like agnostic, then hey, there could be another player in this space in the future. We're all kind of sitting on like pins and needles trying to see what is going to happen to SEO, what is going to happen to paid advertising, what's going to happen when they get rid of the cookie. Like, we've never seen such change in our industry thus far. So it could open them up to more opportunities in the future. But
yeah, I guess my only fear is, like, there's something about HubSpot's soul that's really easy to integrate with, even if they're a publicly traded company that is, says really nice things out of one side of their mouth and then pushes their salespeople like crazy to hit these super hard quotas every single quarter on the other side of their mouth. I do believe that they're constantly considering the customer needs. They're really, really good partners, and their ecosystem, which we're a part of, I've always felt has done an excellent job of helping a company like ours grow. And I'm really appreciative of that. Meanwhile, I get a call from some Google rep from Bangladesh once a week asking me if I need help on ads who can barely speak English. I don't know that I really find that same soul from Google, even though I've been using the products for over 20 years and I've always loved the Google products. I guess that'd be my only fear, would be what soulful part of HubSpot would get lost if it was inside the behemoth that is Alphabet. But
yeah, it's probably just like at scale, like things tend to become less customer focused at scale. And since they just have such a higher volume to service, it does make it a lot more challenging.
Okay, so let's get out on this. What should we be expecting just from a timeline? Like, what's next? Like, is it another Forbes piece? Alphabet's really serious now about buying HubSpot. I mean, you got to think, just based on some of the antitrust stuff, they're going to at least see what happens in November before anything happens, right?
I feel like a deal could not go through that fast. Like companies of that size, I mean, I don't know. We kind of witnessed like Elon Musk buy Twitter quickly and then scream out. Yeah.
That was a wonderful acquisition. So as long as they can follow suit there, it should be good.
I don't even know how long those enterprise like deals take to close. Do you?
No. But it's also interesting that this is so in the press, right? Like I don't feel like acquisitions like this are in the press, which means some people are leaking this. And why are they leaking it? Who does it benefit? These are all good questions. I think questions we don't have answers to. I'm not even going to try today. But it's it's kind of the mystery, and it's where we now sit in this moment of, okay, what's going on? And it'll be fun to watch this puzzle come together as each piece is put together. But anything else that we need to touch on before we go today?
I don't know. I'd say probably now's that time if you want to buy an HubSpot stock. You might be kicking yourself in the future if you didn't.
Now I got some conspiracy theories about why this stuff's leaking, but we're out of time. So I'm going to get going. Thanks so much. I really appreciate your time today, Annie. This was great.
Likewise.